Well, here we go. Today is Thursday, June 19th, and we are going into our last day of chopping, first cutting for 2025. We ended up getting the corn done here yesterday, so Jared got done planting corn yesterday on June 18th. At about, he was done about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And we were done on the same day last year. These fields around the barn here, we planted last year, and he was kind of in the same area. Yesterday planting the last couple fields as well. I think we only planted corn on one Sunday this year, and we only chopped hay on one Sunday this year. I had one late night planting corn. I got out of this chopper the other day. It would have been June 17th at 8:30 at night. Blew the chopper off, had to drive home in my pickup, jumped in the corn planting tractor. I didn't get in it until about 9:30, and I didn't get out of it until 2 o'clock in the morning. So that was a late night that did not have to be done. We thought there was rain coming into the area, and whatever I planted late that night, Jared could have planted yesterday. He had went till about 10:30 that same night. So we are just about where we need to be, I guess, for where we're normally at when we get done planting corn and chopping first cutting. It has been a wet year, and that has delayed us here quite a bit, but it's shaping up now to be a decent year. I did check some corn this morning that didn't look too hot because of compaction from where we were driving the manure sprayer. So we'll be to the field in a little while. And we have a short day of chopping today. We chopped till 9 o'clock last night. Where we were chopping yesterday, the rain it moved in all around us, but it allowed us to stay in the field. And we got lucky. To the west of us, they got 2.5 inches of rain in an hour. And if we had that come down on us, we would not have gotten done, or we would not be getting done chopping here today. So we're going to be able to cover the bunk tonight, or start on covering it anyways, and then by at least tomorrow noon we will, there's Jake, we will have the bunks covered. The yield didn't look all that great to start off the year, but bunk space, we have filled just as much, if not more, bunk space this year for first cutting than we did last year, so go figure. So hopefully second cutting comes on strong. We're going to have 90-degree temperatures this next coming week, which is going to be nice to let that second cutting come on to us here. So short day of chopping today, 60-70 acres, and we'll get on it. The girls are just about ready to leave the shop, so they'll be pulling in behind us here in a little while. So we are on location. Andrew started merging here a little while ago, so we gotta wait till we get that other merger going so they can get farther ahead of us. Not that we don't have to wait or nothing, but we're gonna catch up to them quickly here if we don't get that other merger going. So we got a logging operation going on, and they are logging on Bear Mountain. They got set up here the other day, and it looks like they're fast at it for sure. So we're going to see if we can pass this camera off to one of the girls to see if they'll give us a trucker point of view here. We got Sarah, Charlotte, and Alex that pulled up behind me here. We'll go ahead and pass off the camera to one of these guys. I don't know if I've got a taker here or not. We'll see if Sarah rolls the window down. Do you want to run the camera, or do you want Charlotte to do it, or Alex, or what? Just a trucker point of view? You're good? No, Sarah doesn't want to do it. So we'll come back here to Charlotte. She might give right into it. If she does it, she does it. No big deal. See how it goes here. Make sure I don't get run over by a car. Do you want to give these guys a trucker point of view of what we're doing here? Take the camera for a little bit, or Sarah wouldn't do it? Huh?
Sarah didn't want it?
No. Do you?
You got a lot of stuff.
Now you kind of tone it down a little bit. You want to run the camera for a little bit?
If Alex doesn't, yeah.
Huh?
If Alex doesn't, check
I'm
it
going to give the camera to you, and then you can talk to Alex later on. If she wants it, we'll include her. And maybe Sarah would want to do something here a little bit later too.
Yeah, maybe I'll start with Brad.
All right, I'll give you the camera then. And, yeah.
So this is Sarah getting loaded. And he still has his cautions on because, you know, I guess you forget sometimes. Anywho. Don't know it. Okay. I touched it like 10 times. God damn it. We're just gonna have to wait. God damn it. A little late to the show, but truck 18 got stuck there. We're in a totally different field, but Sarah is in one of the dumps. And Jared's in the other. It's a little slippery in here, not gonna lie, through that driveway. I did not want to go back down there because it's a bit slippery. Just a little bit slippery. Here comes Jared. We're gonna film him. Not gonna lie, I don't know where to go, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I really don't know where to go. Someone behind me. We're just gonna leave her here, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna move a little bit over here. Y'all don't need to know this. I can shut this off.
like Sarah gets the last load of first cut for 2025. It wasn't that awful muddy up in here, but it sure made things a lot easier just using the dump wagons. I had to do a little bit of waiting, but it wasn't too bad. We had a couple of trucks come up into this upper part on their own, but just every couple of 3 windrows or so had a problem here and there, so it's easier to just use the dump carts. So we'll get back to the bunk and get that covered. Andrew and Nate, they were running the mergers earlier, and they're starting to spread plastic out now. And of course, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit, or it has been breezy. And it always happens that way when we cover bunk. I think every time it is windy during a harvest crop, someone is covering bunk somewhere. It's a nice cool day, so it should be a nice day to cover it. And next week it's going to be hot, so it's good that
there's nothing back there, dude.
It's good that we are done here now. So let's get back to the bunk and get it covered. Alright, so now we have the task of covering bunk. We handled a bunch of loose cut tires. And we're able to now use the tire shooter. We've got these cut tires, and while we were uncovering bunks, we just had a bunch of them in a pile here. Andrew's got some of them pushed over there. So now we're going to be able to utilize the use of the tire shooter to grab these tires here. Looks like we've got one more layer of plastic to put on that. And we've got one of the bunks up by the commodity shed that we're going to cover as well. I'm filming this on my phone. Charlotte, she had my camera earlier, and I didn't get that back from her. She is gone to her other job now. It's after 4 o'clock, and she had to be to her other job. So we've got to grab this other payloader that has a hydraulic function on the front, so that we can use the tire shooter, which utilizes the use of the hydraulics to power it. So let's go get that. All right, so we've got the regular feed loader. We'll take the bucket off of this, grab onto that tire shooter, and then we put haylage that wasn't gonna fit in that other bunk up in this small bunk here. This bunk's only 12 foot tall. It's 80 by like 120 or so. So, this past winter, before we put trucks away, we ended up putting this tire shooter in the back of the Freightliner, and I forgot it was in there. So we were getting ready to leave with a chopper on our first day of chopping. And Tim says, oh, good thing I looked in the box. The truck he had the tire shooter in the back. And then that was, of course, the first day using the new chopper. Or the first day using the, yeah. So that was the first day using the backup chopper. And I didn't have the camera dialed in yet. And had it been the other chopper, I'd have maybe seen it through the camera, but good thing Tim looked in the box, or else that probably would have been destroyed from having the load chopped onto it and then dumping it off the truck, and then probably not seeing it, pushing on it with the blade, and yeah, that would have been not good. So we'll go ahead and get this coupled onto the machine and start using it. Wise ass, huh? Alright, so we are, what do you think we're just about done here. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe half. Just like that, heck with it. You gonna be okay, Timothy?
Yeah, I just gotta catch up.
Well, you're working too hard.
No, I paced
told you
myself.
to only grab 2 at a time. You're grabbing 6 and 8 tires at a time here.
I know, I
Save.
watch your kids do it, and I feel like I gotta be like them.
Save some for the rest of us. Lukens, I don't want to see you doing that. It's 2 at a time, not 4.
Well, I want to get done.
All right, so that is a wrap. It took us just right around, just shy of 3 hours actually, to cover the lower bunk and to cover this one here. So that is gonna do it for this video. What we would like to do is start feeding this bunk, get it fed back as far as we can, and have the option to top it with second cutting and or third, just so that we're utilizing the bunk a little more with it only really half full. We're wasting a lot of bunk space. So that is gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one. Right, Junior? Yeah. How'd your merger work?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Worked damn good, huh?